All right, New York, she's here from Brazil. Please welcome Beatriz Haddad Maia. And New York, please welcome Kalinskaya.
Oh no, this is Erica. She's going to help us today. Beatriz, this is Erica. She's going to help us today. Ladies, welcome. Just a couple of reminders. Shot clocks will appear in all four corners, and they're also down here at the ground. Towel bins in every corner. The one with the white color is for you, please, and the red color is for you. Yeah, the red one is for you. Remember, we have a video review as well, so you can challenge a knot up, a touch, foul shot. Let me know if you want to do that. And after the coin toss, can we please take a quick photo in that direction? Any questions? No?
Where is the player box
there? There and there. Yeah. Any other questions? That I didn't know now. I just knew they were there.
I saw it.
Any other questions? No. Okay, Anna, we have heads or tails? Erica, please go. Heads. It is heads. Receive. And the photo, please. The photo.
Good evening and welcome back to the Louis Armstrong Stadium for our last match of the day, and a good one in prospect as well, between two players who have broken new ground here in New York this week in the shape of Anna Kalinskaya and Beatriz Haddad Maia from Brazil. Should be a good one. My name is Nick Lester. Coco Vanderway is alongside me. Evening to you, Coco. Caroline Wozniacki still going strong. What a story.
Oh, she's come out and taken advantage of what the draw has possessed for her. She's definitely was not expected to get through a no seed next to her name, but she's always a veteran here, former finalist, and she's always going to be a tough one, but that's what a lot of people come for. Look at those. That's a hefty number of honey deuces.
Oh, man.
How many friends do you have? Those are expensive.
I mean, that's a headache in the morning. That's what that is right now.
Is she bringing one up to you?
Does it look better with a straight line or two rows?
Oh, gotta get your credit card out for that one. I get a bit of a shock at the end of it, actually. Anyway. Who knows? There'll be a few of those consumed this weekend, of course, Labor Day weekend, as we take a look at the two players. Beatriz Haddad Maia, 28 years of age. You can see the win-loss there, 26 and 22 on the season. In terms of her weapons, where do they come from?
Well, her being left-handed, that's a huge weapon for her, and her serve. She gets so many free points off of her serve. We saw her do that so well last year on the grass court. She really excelled. Couldn't really follow it up this year to defend all those points that she had, and was dealing with a bit of injuries here and there. And as you see, she's been to the second round here 2 times. Now she's done one better.
Yeah, nice run coming in Cleveland, wasn't it, as well? Of course, that win for McCartney Kessler was a great story But ended up losing in the final there, but that'll have certainly boosted the confidence, beating Vesian in the first round and Sorribes Torbo, two very different players, but making her way through to the third round here for the first time. As is her opponent, who has had some season when you consider she started the year just inside the world's top 100, is now knocking on the door of the world's top 10. So what's improved?
She's definitely gotten her mindset a lot better. She definitely had a bit of a cop-out mentality when things would get tough. She wouldn't hang in those matches, and she's really improved that. And I think just as you mature with age and get through a couple of tough matches, you definitely start to have that self-belief, and that's what Anna Kalinskaya has really improved. And it's all started in that great run she had in Dubai, losing to Paolini in that final. Start out the year so strong like that, it just really propels you.
Yeah, it's been pretty ruthless as well here this week, beating the American veteran Lauren Davis and then Anna Bombard, 2 and 4. So a case of just making her way through the draw pretty comfortably. Majors have been good this year, haven't they? Quarters in Australia, as Coco referenced, last 16 at Wimbledon, so she's put on a fair few points at the events where you're going to get a few more on offer. In terms of the matchup, what are we looking out for here, do you think? What are the important aspects for both?
Well, it's going to be seeing how Kalinskaya can get into Haddad Maia's service games. That's always going to be the tricky part. And for Haddad Maia, she wants to get a high percentage of first serves in and pick on the Kalinskaya forehand. That's her weaker wing out there. So it's a bit of contrasting styles. Kalinskaya is more of a baseliner that likes to construct the points, extend the rallies. Or Haddad Maia is one of those players that wants to finish within 3 shots. 3-4 shots is where she's going to be making her money out here.
Yeah, and she has had a really good couple of years, hasn't she? Of course, has been inside the top 10. Has dropped a little bit, as Coco mentioned, after some of those points came off in the summer, but nonetheless, looking at once again reboot, make some good things happen here in the final major of the year.
Right.
Roof's open. It's again a pretty sticky evening, as is so often the case here in New York. These two have been made to wait all day. Never easy, that is it. 10:30 local time just gone. They will finally get their opportunity.
First set, Beatriz Haddad Maia to set. Play.
How did you manage the late starts in your career? Did you like it? Was it a pain in the proverbial? Or how did you, I mean, you got to run all day, right? You basically waiting the entire day.
Well, how I would do it is I would wake up and get an early practice. That would be my longer extended practice, and then I'd go back and take a nap. And then I'd come back to the courts, do a quick warm-up. After that quick warm-up, since you're playing second night match, you go grab some dinner and kind of make it almost 2 days. As if you just hang around the courts all day waiting. It's exhausting just being on site. So it's just managing kind of how you manage your energy levels.
Challenging. I would imagine. Oh. Oh, that was bizarre.
I think both players thought that ball was out.
La faute.
Oh, and I almost forgot, Nick. You can't. You also have to hope and pray that the men don't go 5, and you're out here all day.
I mean, I bet their hearts sunk when Evans won that second set to an extent. A little bit.
We don't care who wins or loses. We just want it done in straight sets.
Exactly.
Game, Kalinskaya.
Not the ideal start for the southpaw.
Got 2 double faults in that service game. That's just putting yourself in too much of a hole to dig out of.
Zavashviontek, Gauff, Ostapenko, Krejcikova, Sabalenka. A couple of retirements in there, in fairness. But it's been very, very efficient this year. You're going to hear a lot of the Brazilian fan support out here. Haddad Maia has been carrying the flag for Brazil throughout this tournament. It's a good return. It's good depth to that one. A taping on the lower back, Kalinskaya has. Most players have got taping somewhere, though, haven't they? Let's be honest. Especially at this time of year.
It's been very vocalized by a lot of the female players of how dense the schedule is, how disappointed they are in their tour leaders of making them play more tournaments, making more tournaments mandatory, making tournaments longer, and really not consulting any of the players.
Yeah, Iga Swiatek, of course, in Cincinnati was pretty outspoken about that, wasn't she? Among others. Rightly so, in your opinion?
I completely agree. I think the season's long enough. I think a lot of those Masters moving to 2 weeks long, I think, is a bit redundant in a way. And more importantly, I think it's becoming apparent how much the tour does without the players' knowledge and or consent. the end of the day, they're killing off their own product.
Game for Kalinskaya. Kalinskaya leads
So
by 2 games to
Kalinskaya
love
with
for
an
set.
early hold. In the mix in the race, isn't she, as well, Kalinskaya, when we talk about, of course, the Tour finals in Saudi Arabia this year, but she's 13th in the race right now, and actually only about 400 points from Emma Navarro, who currently occupies the 8th spot in that race. Brazilian not happy here with the amount of movement, but it's just gonna, it's been, of course, occurring all week.
It's a bit more noticeable on the stadium, more so than the outside courts where Haddad Maia has been playing her first 2 rounds.
Love it.
Kalinskaya just looks so cool, calm, and collected. It's Stan Smith. He does a lot of promotions with the USTA throughout this whole US Open.
Yeah, I think there's a fair few younger generation who think he's just a shoe. Don't know, he didn't know he's an actual person. He's both. Tremendous defense that was.
Love it.
It's such good hitting. And Haddad Maia, she's not getting great depth throughout the rally, so she's not getting the advantage quick enough. She's going to keep in these rallies, and especially the extended ones, as we see Stan Smith's shoes.
Yes. Of course, Wimbledon champion in 1972 with Stan, won the US Open a year before. Quite the player.
He must have missed that goodie bag of his shoes going around.
Listen, it's middle weekend. You've got plenty of time, Coco, okay? Couple faults are a nightmare so far. 3 of them.
It's not been a particularly good serving start from Haddad Maia. It's really hard to pick up your game for a majority of your success relies on your first serve.
Gone missing so far, just 3 of 8. First meeting between these two.
There are 2 gifts right there from Kalinskaya. Couple of looks at second serves. Gotta make the return in play. Can't give her anybody a freebie like that.
Such a nasty serve, isn't it? Yes. Into the right hip. A couple of good ones. Get her back into this game. Well, that's incredible.
Kalinskaya is challenging the not up call on the right side.
Well, first video review I've seen this week.
Yeah, me too.
What do you think?
It didn't look like she got it up,
Yeah.
in my opinion, but it's hard angle where we're at. We're behind Haddad Maia.
Yeah.
This is...
She looks in disbelief here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty clear, I think.
I don't think anyone was prepared for the challenge, the video review.
Well, this is going to come on the big screen at some point as well. Yeah, exactly. That's what she's saying. And the spin was so severe that it had to hit the ground first. Of course, we had this in Cincinnati.
There's a couple blown calls in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Okay, it's coming. Here we go. On its way. Of course, the umpire will be in touch with the review team upstairs. There we go. They're being called into action. Okay, that's pretty obvious.
Apparently not obvious enough to them. No way.
What is going on here? Well, to us, it looks as though she's hit the ball down on the ground here, Coco. No?
I completely agree.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
video review. To me, it would appear that the call was correct and that the ball touched the racket before it touched the ground the second time. Therefore, the original call stands. Advantage, Haddad Maia.
I mean, that is mind-blowing, I have to say.
Kalinskaya has now 2 video review challenges remaining.
I'm absolutely floored at that mistake.
Okay. Strange goings on here right now. But that Maia's on the board, 2-1. And yeah, not quite sure what to think, to be honest.
Begs the question of, I mean, we could see clearly that the ball went back into the ground.
Yeah, it's a foul shot, right? That's what it was.
Yeah, and both players could see it on the board. It's now, does Haddad Maia call it on herself? Good sportsmanship.
Could reset this.
This is the mental toughness I was touching on earlier from Kalinskaya, what she's improved so much on, of being able to reset after that blown call by the umpire, not letting it affect her.
Game Kalinskaya.
Ragged at the moment, does the
Kalinskaya
Brazilian.
leads by 3-1 for set.
You serve to the body, you just return to the middle, you know? Use your wrist, okay? I know, I know, I was reading. It's okay. Vamos, muy bien.
Yeah, best way to deal with it, I think. Do head to usopen.org if you haven't already. Follow us on all the social channels. Plenty of those. Very good start from Kalinskaya. She is seeing the ball big. Oh, what's going on here?
Lots of headaches in the morning. That's what's going on there.
That's true. Only at the US Open, I think it's fair to say. Haddad Maia's looked across there. Don't think there was any intent.
This is what late nights at the US Open are for.
Yeah.
A little testy, a little drama.
We like that. Pretty fierce competitor, isn't she? The Brazilian.
Essa bola é bem importante, olha, olha. Ótimo saque, ótima primeira.
Thank you. Up in the stands.
Fairly contrasting on-court body language these two have. Haddad Maia very much someone who likes to get pumped up. Kalinskaya much more low-key. Starting maybe to make some inroads into this match. Quality's gone up from the Brazilian. 3-2. Sits here with a single break. Kalinskaya finds herself in a bit of trouble and they're out of rhythm on the serve.
Three quick airs from Kalinskaya. Just not taking the extra steps and now really rushing between points.
Stepped into that return. Didn't have to do a whole lot in that game in fairness, but made some balls, got a reward. What a strange set this has been. We're only halfway through it. Certainly taking charge of a few more of these rallies a bit earlier on.
That's the help of making a couple of first serves. Haddad Maia's serve was non-existent for her first few service games.
Defensive ball didn't really have anything on it. Kalinskaya's lost her way a bit here.
It's almost like Kalinskaya is playing a bit of a rope-a-dope. It's almost acting like she's given up on the game, and then all of a sudden snaps an easy winner.
Yeah, that was a pretty clean hit, all things considered. Well, Haddad Maia could so easily have been down 3-love, perhaps should have been. But for the first time in this opening set, she's in front. So Haddad Maia in front for the first time. That's a quality point.
59. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain silent during the rally as a courtesy to the players. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck on that one at 11:15 on a Saturday night in New York. That's ambitious.
Especially leading into Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
First, a little bit of disgust on Kalinskaya's face. Quite a few sloppy, unforced errors in these last two service games of hers.
Just clung on, didn't she? Haddad Maia wasn't really having any say in the rally. And the mistakes are mounting for 15th seed here, who's in a hurry.
There's a tendency of Kalinskaya when things are starting to go south and get away from her. She only goes faster in her service games.
Yeah, chip return was good enough. Kalinskaya's game has got a few more holes in it right now than it did at the start of this match.
This has been an absolute collapse of 3 games from Kalinskaya. Now up to 12 unforced errors.
Incredible turnaround. Get out of the way of that serve and get the depth on it as well.
The response was really smart. I heard Patricia Terabini, Kalinskaya's coach, say for the body serve, just go middle. Exactly what she did. Bit of indecision there from Haddad Maia. Falling off of her back foot, but still deciding to come forward. There's no chance she would have had enough time to be at least in a remotely okay position to get to that volley.
change up. Found the spot perfectly on the serve. It's not got tons of pace, just 99 miles an hour, but if you're hitting it in that position, especially as a lefty, isn't it, Coco? Because you're covering a bit more ground, aren't you? From a return perspective, on that ad side in particular.
That's the tough thing about lefties. We don't see them too often as returners. It's never really spins and movements that we get used to. It's such an advantage on this ad side if you can hit both spots.
So Haddad Maia is set to the good here. It was one of the more unusual sets we've had of the week so far. Should so easily have been down 3-love, as it is. She takes it 6-3. Towards the second half of that set. Feels like a matchup that is still, though, could be dictated by Coco in terms of the weight of shot she has and the quality she possesses.
Kalinskaya was doing so well to start this match until that disappointing decision by the chair umpire. It just seemed like there was too much going on in the head of Kalinskaya.
Though getting a good start to the second.
Kalinskaya needs to figure out some ways to rattle Haddad Maia. Get herself back engaged, get problem solving out here. Seems like Kalinskaya is just hitting a bit reckless. Not too much of a thought process behind her shot selection, even when it does go in. And that should be a positive right there. That was one of the weakest second serves we've seen from Haddad Maia at 67 miles an hour. You see someone kind of throw in that off pace. That's a bit of tightness, a little bit of a lack of confidence.
It certainly doesn't break any records, does she? But it, as you say, 98 miles an hour. Look at the average first serve speed. That's pretty much bang on. But if she hits the target in that fashion, and you factor in the movement, pretty good record against lefties this year. 6-1, Kalinskaya is. So far on the season against the Southpaws.
That's better hitting there from Kalinskaya. Haddad Maia just not getting good enough direction on her ball. All these backhands were right through the middle of the court. Not getting Kalinskaya off her mark. And just not enough depth to really cause too much problem, too much concern.
That's a heck of a 1-2 punch.
Advantage, Kalinskaya.
Kalinskaya yet to hit an unforced error in this second set. Early stages, but game is definitely cleaned up.
That's a typical lefty 1-2 punch. Serve out wide opens up so much of the court to hit into.
Yeah, great camera work as well. See how long the right arm stays across the body from the forehand, just to keep the rotation. '22 was the big year, of course, for Haddad Maia. The top 20 for the first time that season. Built on it impressively the following year.
Advantage, Kalinskaya.
Pretty flat, that forehand, Coco, isn't it? In general.
Yeah, it's very flat and everything happens really quickly. And the racket head speed to the take back leaves very little room for error.
Advantage, Kalinskaya.
Forehand that lets Kalinskaya down. Frustration's growing within her.
Advantage, Haddad Maia.
This was a seriously good volley because there wasn't a lot of pace on this ball. It was dropping on her like a stone.
Yeah, she stopped moving. It was almost like she was going to let that ball bounce. And Haddad Maia definitely did not make life easy on herself on that volley. Najma's got to be thinking, what do I have to do to get out of this service game?
Yeah, 14 points and counting now in this opening service game of the Brazilian. Almost an hour on the clock.
Just over 10 minutes in this game alone.
Advantage, Haddad Maia.
Tough hole, if ever there was one.
One game on, second set.
Jogando super bem. Tava falando de tênis com você. Tá sentindo super bem o jogo. Isso aí. Respira e vamos. Dá uma respirada boa. Vambora.
Agent in the background there. Seeks a lot of counsel, doesn't she, from her corner? There's Haddad Maia.
15 love.
Well, when you're playing 10-minute games, you got a lot of time to talk to your coaches, and as a player, you almost run out of pitches to serve. It's one of those balls that Kalinskaya needs to give a little bit more air. When a return gets that deep on you and you decide to take a couple of steps back, you got to throw the ball up in the air a little more so you can get back to the middle. Smart shot here from Haddad Maia. This forehand, she hit a little bit shorter in the court, forcing Kalinskaya to throw that ball up.
Under pressure so well there, Haddad Maia.
15-14.
Kalinskaya looking for a route through that wasn't available to her. More break points for the Brazilian here. Kalinskaya starting to rush. And that could be problematic. It's a set and a break now here for Louis Armstrong. That's one of our quickest of the day. It's varied that serve a fair bit on the ad, hasn't she?
Maia getting herself a little bit jammed up, trying to run around and find her forehand.
Looks like backing off the second serve there. She had the spin dictator almost a bit too much. Didn't get the contact she was looking for, and Haddad Maia is rolling along well here. USOpen.org, do head there if you haven't. Plenty to see and do. Check out all the interviews that have taken place today.
There's good patience from Kalinskaya throughout this whole rally. Just haven't quite seen enough of that, where she's been willing to stay in these rallies long enough. There's that give and take of, are you letting your frustration dictate how your game is played? Example right there, just no patience to get into the rally. That certainly wasn't a green light ball where you could hit a winner. It's just a bit sloppy.
Did exactly the right thing, didn't she? Haddad Maia. Just made her hit a volley.
A tight score line, you got to test any accomplished player up at the net.
It's wild and it's out of control right now from Kalinskaya. It's a double break. It's 4-1. Serving here in a very commanding position.
Unforced error count is just mounting for Kalinskaya. 11 in this set alone, 21 for the match.
Yeah, so many off the forehand as well, Coco, right?
It is her weaker wing, but it's just been so reckless. Just happening too quickly.
She does that.
But you can't count on shots like that from Kalinskaya. It's too much of a 50-50 opportunity, maybe even less. Maybe 30-70. Just too risky.
30 all.
First double of the set for Haddad Maia.
Tem muito jogo ainda. Se você ganha esse game, você não ganha o jogo. Se você ganha esse ponto, você não ganha o jogo. De novo, trabalhar, igual. Agora a gente vai, de novo, enfrenta a escolha agora, tá? Ali, lá em cima com um pouco de slice. Ali, ali.
Again, Kalinskaya just letting Haddad Maia off the hook there. We just served a double fault. You got to make Haddad Maia earn this service game.
Second serve was a little shaky, to put it mildly, but Kalinskaya has not been able to capitalize.
Respirando, devolução na 2. Mantendo a cadência e vamos embora, ó. Ali, meu, pisando na perna da frente, passando o recado. Perna da frente, pegando pra frente. Perna da frente, pegando pra frente. Ali.
It's a bit disciplined when she's need to defend, isn't she? Which is something that Kalinskaya hasn't been. Dug in a lot of these rallies.
Forehand has been a bit hit and miss throughout this latter parts of this match from Kalinskaya. That one hitting its mark.
It's unraveled her game from the moment that call went against her.
And look how quickly she's at the line already. It's just, there's no thought process happening. And it does make you wonder, did that one call change the whole direction of this match? Because Kalinskaya was so dominant, so poised out there.
Be interesting to see what both players have to say. Kalinskaya, his game has been rather brittle.
Thank you, thank you.
Not on the stroke of midnight. It's Beatriz Haddad Maia that moves into the last 16 of the US Open. A comfortable win, really. Just an hour and 20 minutes. Kalinskaya a long way off her best. 3-1.
Call that handshake icy at best.
I think that's a fair comment. Well, not a great record here in New York. Kalinskaya has had a very good season. Can't dress it up any other way. Top 20 player now. A few more weeks to go as well. She'll hope to profit from that, but the Brazilian plays some good tennis, disciplined tennis, Coco.
Yeah, discipline, and that's the name of the game when things are starting to get hectic out there in a night match. She looked very disoriented at the start. Didn't really have her feet underneath her. Lots of double faults early, but just able to reset. Just played solidly and, you know, just allowed Kalinskaya to implode.
And she did just that. Disappointingly so, really. So we will get a chance in a moment to hear what she has to say. Clinical win. And I'm sure she's delighted to have made it through to the last 16.
Anna came out firing. You were down love 3 in that first set, and then something happened on your end. She only won 1 game after that. What was the main adjustment you made?
Night session, coming here for the first time during these days. It's a bit different, a lot of noise also, like the perspective is different, so it's not easy to come and start well. I wasn't happy with my beginning, but it's tennis. I'm happy the way I changed my mentality. I tried to be positive, and I felt strong and competitive, so I think that was very nice from my side, and I'm happy with my job.
It is your first trip to the 4th round here at the US Open. You've obviously been playing well. Final in Cleveland. You feel like your tennis is at the place you want it to be right now? Because you look incredible out here.
Yeah, I think I'm working well. I'm doing good things. I'm feeling better. Like as much as I play every match, I'm improving something. So I feel more confident. Like since Cleveland, I think I'm doing good things, and I feel more prepared for the next round. So yeah, I think I'm ready, and I'm happy with that.
It really does seem like everywhere you go, like half of Brazil travels with you. Tonight was another one of those nights. I don't know what your Portuguese message to your Brazilian fans is, but feel free to share with them and maybe translate for us.
Yeah, I think I'm a lucky girl. Gostaria de agradecer a todo mundo que ficou aqui, vocês especialmente brasileiros. Sei que o dia foi longo para todo mundo, então é muito especial mesmo vocês ficarem até o final assistindo tênis feminino à noite numa quadra muito especial, então eu vou guardar muito comigo essa energia. Espero a gente poder se ver nos próximos jogos, mas estou muito feliz mesmo. É uma gratidão enorme poder representar vocês.
I wish I spoke Portuguese. What's the short version of what you just said to them for those of us who wish we could speak Portuguese?
I said to them that I'm very grateful to be this person playing this night, and I thank them for staying until the end to watch women's tennis, which is very, very important for us, everyone who is supporting, not even the Brazilians and everyone from all over the world, and I'm very happy that I'm this person who is representing them, and yeah, I hope they can watch more matches during this week.
You heard it beautifully in English and Portuguese. Beatriz Haddad Maia.
Yeah, wasted no time really tonight on court. But Anna Kalinskaya will be, you'd think, a little disappointed with her efforts, Coco.
Oh, definitely, but credit to Haddad Maia for settling herself in. As she said in that interview, she wasn't too happy with how she started the match, but was able to find it and spoke about how different it is to play at night in New York. There's a lot going on. It's not easy to get used to, but overall, it's the more times you're in these experiences, in these moments, the better you get at it.
Absolutely right. Into the last 16, breaking new ground here at the US Open is the lefty. And building some nice momentum as well. Let's quickly have a look at some of these numbers. What stands out here?
A good serving day for Haddad Maia. It's, like I mentioned earlier, a bit of a rocky start. 67% as a lefty, that is really solid, but you can see the unforced error count just absolutely monstrous on the Kalinskaya side. And Haddad Maia just took advantage of it. I mean, she didn't have to do too much. She didn't have to force Kalinskaya into any really uncomfortable situations, just kind of presented it herself as it is.
Yeah, a meeting with Caroline Wozniacki awaits. That'll do it for what's been a super Saturday here in New York. We hope you can join us once again tomorrow. Bye for now.
All right, New York, she's here from Brazil. Please welcome Beatriz Haddad Maia. And New York, please welcome Anna Kalinskaya.
La photo. Thank you.